Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, we are from group 7, consists of Elga, Safira, and I, Aprillia. We would like to present our result of discussion about communication software. Next, the outline are definition and terms, types, and conclusion. Next. The definition and terms of communication software. Communication software is used to offer remote access to system as well as to transmit data and communication in text, audio, and or video forms between computers or users. And there are the advantage that we can get from using communication software, such as work remotely. It means that we can make a communication through the software in the different region and place, and then increase productivity by cutting the transportation to go to the office or class, and then integrate easily with the flexible time. We can catch up with each other easily through online meeting, and then capture critical information. It means that the information much faster to absorb, and then lastly is that save expenses. It means that cutting transport time is also saving the cost for those transportation. And there are the things to consider. The first one is application that are fully featured or separate apps. It means that we have to consider a web conferencing function, and if you have frequent meetings for teaching and learning in online classrooms. And the second one is third-party integration. Ensure that the communication tools you are currently use will connect with your other business system. For example, you can connect your LinkedIn with social media or business chat. And the third one is security. Consider the following security features such as user permission, backup plan, maintain encryption. So do with the education system. It consider the following user access for photo, audio, and document or file. And then the next one is affordability. Check that you understand how you are being charged. For example, per user, subscriptions, calls, feature set, and etc. And then free or paid. There are several applications that is frequently said. Ensure that the free software offers subscription plans that allow you to expand to more sophisticated features, such as unlimited time for meetings, analytics tools, social network integration, and more users if necessary. And lastly is a service quality. You will require help with technical difficulties, payment issues, and upgrade question, among other things in those apps. So you need to find out through user reviews or from current customer or the testimony on how owner of those apps handle the consumer or when it comes to addressing consumer concerns. And then the frequent issues that may happen or we may experience. The first one is security. Putting up the sensitive information in the cloud always has its risk. However, this doesn't imply that leaving it on your local computer is safer. Evaluate the app's security protocols and terms of service. Security also suggests that the app has a backup plan in place in case its servers fail or are hacked. And then the next one is disparate tools. With so many free applications available to your organization, your teams may probably end up with utilizing separate apps, or they may shift between apps. So you lose the benefit of storing message, conversation, and files in one area. Instead, tracing a conversation or looking for a shared file among a slew of free applications would be impossible. And then unified is not always the greatest option. Having a single system, on the other hand, may restrict access or increase expenses. For example, if your system are only supports iOS or using Apple laptop or PC, these Android users or Windows PC in your business cannot have the same system for the easier integration or collaboration. And then lastly is lack of mobile app. Connecting to the cloud from a smartphone or tablet is faster and smoother. If the apps lacks of this capability, you will have to connect the apps from PC using a mobile browser, which is slower and more uncomfortable. And the next slide will be delivered by Safira.
Okay, the next point is about the type of communication software. Each software type has its own set of classroom application. Some communication software can only be used on mobile devices, while others can also be used on computers. Let's take a look At this type of communication software, along with the reason why it can be used for EFL, its disadvantages, and how to use the software. Next. The first communication software is email. These are the reason why email can be used for learning, and we also provide the disadvantages. Next. Next, I'm going to explain how to send an email. First, you can click the compose button, and then the compose window will appear in the lower right corner of the page. Next. And then you'll need to add one or more recipients to the to field. You can do this by typing one or more email addresses, as you can see on the screen. And then you can type a subject for the message. In the body field, type your message. When you're done, you can click send. If the person you are emailing is already one of your contacts, you can start typing that person's first name, last name, or email address, and Gmail will display the contact below the to field. Next. There is a feature called attachment. An attachment is simply a file like an image or document that is sent along with your email. To add an attachment, click the paperclip icon at the bottom of the compose window. A file upload dialog box will appear, and you can choose the file you want to attach, and then you can click open. Next. The attachment will begin to upload. Most attachments will upload within a few seconds, but larger ones can take longer. When you're ready to send your email, you can click send, and then you can click send before the attachment finishes uploading. Next. The next communication software is instant messaging. These are the reason why instant messaging can be used for learning, and we also provide the disadvantages. Next. WhatsApp, Line, and Telegram are the examples of popular instant messaging software and platforms. These applications have very similar features and only have a slight different display on the screen. Here are some of the ways to use them in EFL class. The first one is text messages. By tapping on the chat box in the bottom right, teachers and students can start a new conversation. And as for Line app, the chat box is at the top right. You can simply choose the contact you want to chat with from the list. If you already have a chat with the contact, it will open it rather than starting a new one. It is now just a matter of typing your message at the bottom of the screen. To send your text, you can tap the arrow icon that appears alongside the text box after you finish typing it. Teachers and students can use this feature to send various information regarding the lesson, such as materials, class schedules, appointments, meetings, or assignment instruction. They can also create discussion with one another regarding the lesson they have. Next. The next feature is documents, images, and video sharing. You can use this feature by tapping the paperclip or camera icons at the bottom of the screen. Teachers and students can now share images, videos, or documents regarding the class, and they feature a built-in camera. However, it is better to take the picture with your regular camera app and then select it from the gallery to send, because it gives you more editing tools and in general higher quality photo. Next. The next feature is voice messages. Teachers and students can send messages in both text and audio format using this application, and it is their choice how they communicate with their contacts. However, there is no doubt that the app's voice messaging feature aids in better and faster communication. It also allows them to rapidly share audio recordings to their contacts and groups, allowing them for a more engaged chat experience and improved collaboration. To send a voice message on this application, you can simply open a chat window, and then you can find a microphone symbol at the bottom right where you type your message, and then you can press and hold the microphone to begin speaking. Remove your finger from the microphone once you've finished speaking, and your voice message will be sent to your contact right away. And if you want to record another audio clip, you can cancel the current one. The next feature is voice and video calls. Teachers can hold a synchronous meeting with the class using voice or video calls via this application. And to make a phone call on this application, simply just open a chat window and tap on the phone icon in the upper right corner. You can even pick numerous person to call at the same time if it's a group. And the process for making a video is nearly similar. You can just tap the video camera symbol, which is located next to the phone icon. And as for Telegram, the option to have a video call would be available while you are calling the person. Next. And the last feature on this instant messaging application is group chats. Teachers and students can also use all of the features that I have mentioned in a group chat setting to make the arrangement of the class more simple and effective. To make a group chat, you can tap the same conversation bubble as explained before, and then tap new group to start a group chat. After that, you may invite the members you want, give the group name, and start chatting and using the features to make the class more effective. Next. The next communication software will be explained by Elga.
Okay, so the next type of communication software is video conferencing. On the screen, you can see the reasons why video conferencing can be used for learning, and also the disadvantages for video conferencing software. Zoom Meeting, Google Meet, and Microsoft Teams are the examples of popular video conferencing software and platforms, and here are some of the ways to use them in EFL. So, to video conference with Zoom Meeting, you have to schedule a meeting first. In scheduling a meeting, teachers can insert the topic of the course, set the time of the meeting, and password to join the room. After the settings have been saved, the invitation link will come up and teachers can send it to the students. And also can be screen sharing. To share screen in Zoom Meeting, select share screen and then select the PowerPoint slides or anything that needs to be displayed. Next. Next one is you can use the chat feature. Students can engage in class discussion by using the chat feature in addition to speaking directly. You can press the chat icon to start a conversation and then type a question or some discussion material in the chat box. And then in Zoom Meeting, you can record the meeting by selecting the record icon, and then Zoom will record and save the recordings into local computers or cloud. Next. Next one is breakout room. To make breakout room, select breakout rooms from the menu, and once it has been enabled, teachers can decide how many groups they like to create, and then assign the students to the groups manually or automatically. Next. Now to conduct video conferencing with Google Meet, you can join or start a meeting by go to meet.google.com to join or start a meeting. And to start a meeting, select new meeting and then choose to create a meeting for later, start an instant meeting, or schedule a meeting in the Google Calendar. To join a meeting, you can enter the code or the link that has been shared by the meeting host. Next. In Google Meet, you can share screen by selecting present now and then choose to present your entire screen, a tab or a window, and then select share. And then also you can turn on captions to enable live captions, which transcribe the conversation into text captions in real time by selecting turn on captions to enable this feature. And then in Google Meet, you can use it in the classroom to generate a Google Meet link in the Google Classroom. Click on the settings icon in the Google Classroom, and from there, scroll down to General and select Generate Meet Link. If teachers want the students to be able to see and access this link when they log into the Google Classroom, turn on Visible to Students, and teachers may copy the link once it has been generated if they wish to share it on another platforms. Teachers can also reset the link from here as well. Next. Next is video conferencing with Microsoft Teams. You can create and schedule a meeting right from the calendar tab of the Teams desktop client or the Teams web app. On the left side, select the Meet Now button under the calendar tab, and to schedule a meeting, select plus new meeting. Next. To share screen in Microsoft Teams, select the share content icon, and teachers can set the content that they would like to share. And to make breakout room, select the breakout room icon and then assign the participants. And to use the chat feature, you can click the show conversation icon and then type the messages in the chat box. Next. So in conclusion, communication software is used to provide remote access to systems and to send data and messages in text, audio, and video formats between computers or people. The benefits of using communication software are working remotely, integrated easily, able to capture critical information, and it can save expenses. Some of the types of communication software that can be used to conduct English language teaching and learning are email, instant messaging, and video conference, such as Zoom Meeting, Google Meet, and also Microsoft Teams. Before deciding which communication software to use, it is very important to consider the security, affordability, and the service quality, as well as their advantages and disadvantages to make sure that the incorporation of technology into the learning activities can run smoothly and effectively. Next. Okay, so that is all from us. Thank you so much for listening. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.